Welcome back to the Iron King Inc. YouTube channel. Behind me, a C500 Kenworth off-highway truck. This thing was abandoned years ago by one of the mines here in Nevada. We're gonna see if we can make this beast run again. Let's go check it out. So this truck is so huge, it's set up with planetary axles. So the way these work is there's a sun gear right here, and then there's 3 individual gears, and this axle drives all these gears, and then this big giant hub rotates. So a normal semi-axle, you just have an axle shaft, and it's bolted directly to your wheel. This thing is so big, it's got planetary axles on both rear axles. Pretty cool. Giant duals on it, and I'm sure a lot of you truckers that are watching, that is rubber puck suspension, but like on steroids. It is that big around and that tall. So usually on like the smaller Kenworth trucks, that rubber puck suspension, which I think they discontinued, but someone will probably correct me in the comments, it's about that big and about that tall. So this thing's got to ride like a bad word. It's probably not very fun to ride at all. Let's go check out the top. So on top of the truck, we have all of our product tanks. So it starts with that big giant tank over there, which is your diesel. And then you have your evac, all of your hydraulic fluid, and this is your grease tank. So there's a big giant pump in here. Mainly this is used for like grease and shovels. So like these big giant rope shovels that they have at these mines, these turntables constantly need grease. So they'll take these guys over there and they'll just grease them all day long. So they need these giant grease tanks to keep those things lubricated. Let's go check out the front, see what the heck the power barn's got underneath it. So in here, this is right directly underneath the big giant diesel tank. Pretty cool. So you have like your control panel of like, I believe this tells you how many gallons you're pumping out on the big one. And then I think this is like a little version of that where you can reset this. And then you can basically see how many gallons you're pumping out of here. This would have been a giant hose reel with a huge, like big giant diesel nozzle. I mean the nozzle's about that big on these ones in here. So it's missing, which we do have more, which is pretty cool. I might go to one of our other 10 lube trucks we have around here if we can get this thing running and put all the reels back on it and basically make it a functioning lube truck again so we can use it around our yard. Throw that in the comments if you guys want me to, if we can get this thing running, let me know if you guys want to see me totally make it fully functional again. I think that'd be kind of a fun little project. This right here, this is your main fuel station for pumping out diesel fuel. Pretty cool. This is just your extension right here. So if you had to like fill up a shovel or something, you have all this giant, so this is the diesel nozzle right here, I believe. Let me see. I could be wrong, but I believe this is your diesel nozzle as well. So you have like big giant extension here, rolls all the way out there. So you've got a lot of diesel fuel you can pump out of this thing. So this is called your Wiggins fitting. So these tanks actually fill from the bottom. They do that so they eliminate like a bunch of air bubbles and pockets. So right here, it's just called a Wiggins fitting. They would plug in to the bottom of the big fuel tank that they have over at the mine, and they would fill this big giant tank from the bottom. Oh. On fender, don't fly off on a feller. You gonna pop those butterfly hoods in? Cool. You wanna pop the other side? We have coolant. Can't tell. So we got a 2006 Cat C15, 475 horsepower. Let's see, where's the dipstick? Is the dipstick on your side? Yep. You got oil?
Yeah, we're full oil. That looks pretty clean.
Why don't you clean up with your fingers really quick and re-dip it? Let's see if that... We want to make sure this looks like a pretty fresh engine.
Yeah, this is 2016. What was it, man? Okay. Come on.
We good?
Yeah, we're fresh.
Full of oil. Okay. Cool. Well, what I think we'll do is we need to get a key for this thing. We need to obviously get power to the batteries somehow, which is going to require us getting a service truck over here. I think my main priority is keys, service truck, and getting this thing charged up. Hopefully we can get it cranking over. Ooh, I'm excited. This is going to be fun. And probably some coolant, because I don't see any in there, but I'm pretty sure we have a bunch of coolant over in the shop. We'll go ahead and we'll top it off. Robert's going to go ahead. He's going to take the service truck over to that Kenworth, and we're going to use the welder to charge the batteries up. We made some custom leads here. We're going to go over there. It should fire that thing right up if it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and get a cat key. Hopefully that's right for the ignition that's in it. If we go over there and that's the wrong key, we're going to go find a cat ignition and rewire that thing to where it'll work. All right, well, Robert runs over there. We're going to hop up in the old tire manipulator. Grab ourselves a key. Should have a key in here. Yep. Man, I really hope that that K-Dub key is actually one of these. I'm pretty sure it is. And we were working on this thing in another video. You'll see this thing very soon. It's a cat tire manipulator, so it takes like big tires from a big haul truck like that thing over there, right there, and it squeezes the tires together and pulls them off the wheels. Pretty cool little unit here, and you'll see it in the video coming soon. But for now, K-Dub. See if we get the old C500 to chooch to life. Key. See if that key works in that ignition. Please work. Please work. Please work. Oh. We good?
I think so.
We ready to rip?
We might have to.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Hold the ignition.
That's all right. We're freaking good to go, bud.
It works. So.
Rad. Okay, I'm gonna fire up the welder. You did it, Robert. You backed her up. Hopefully our leads are long enough.
Where's the... Oh, the extensions are broke.
The what?
The extenders or whatever. Joe had some extensions or whatever?
Okay. I bet you we got enough. So pretty cool how we do this. We got one hooked up to wire, one for work. We're set on wire here. Right now we're on our lowest setting. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this thing to 12 volts on the welder. And that's gonna jump those batteries with a bunch of amps. Should kick this thing right off if it's gonna go. We got enough length?
I think so, once I untangle it.
Okay.
Be a little short.
All right, hook her up to that right there. You good? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Is that good? Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh.
Okay. I don't think your jokes are funny.
Why not?
Please don't explode in my face. Is it down back there?
I think so. All right, so we have our welder hooked up. It's doing some weird stuff. So I have the welder set at 13 volts. I'm not sure if you can see that up there, but it says 13 volts. Hooked up the power here, ground here. This is a 12 volt system too. I'll show you what it does. Oh, it's not freaking out this time. I don't know what that means. It's working. I wonder if the batteries are so dang dead that it was back feeding through the system. So before, what it would do is when I would hook this thing up, it'd go flash, 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 and it actually blew this bulb out right here like it was getting way too many volts. But now this thing's working. I'm not sure why. Very odd. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let this thing charge up for a little bit, and we'll see if we can get this thing to start cranking over. Hopefully it will. Fingers crossed, thumbs up, sideways, sure.
All right, so it took us a little bit to figure out this welder situation, but I think we finally got it, so ground it out. We're going at 12.9 volts for the time being, and it did go up just a second ago, so.
There it goes, 12.98. And we're drawing 4 amps right now, and it kind of goes up to 4 to 7 amps. We're gonna let this thing charge up for probably about 30 minutes, and then we should be good to fire it up.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, we've had this thing charging here for probably 20 minutes. We're at 12.6, 11 amps. I'm gonna go shut the welder off, see if we can crank this thing over. Hopefully it starts. She's gonna go. Can you film the front of the truck too? Okay. Right at 12 volts. Fire in the hole. We're close, we're very close. All right, we need a little bit more time. She's still clunking. Okay, so it doesn't seem to want to start without the welder hooked up to it. We're just gonna give it a shot with the welder on full sing. 13.1 volts, we're pulling about 22 amps right now with the key off. So we're gonna give her a shot, see how many amps we pull. Ready?
Yep.
Fire in the hole.
Whoa. Yeah, we were pulling about 300 amps there for a second.
Woo! Ready?
Yep.
Fire in the hole.
Nothing, we're pulling a lot of amps though.
We'll let her charge for another 20 minutes. Hopefully we can get it. All right, fire in the hole. Round 3.
Right to the starter?
I think we're hooking it right to the starter, bud.
Okay.
Alright.
Starter way down in there. What do you think, go from the bottom or do you think go from the top?
Well, can you see the positive from there?
See a big wire. That'd be positive.
Let me try something different. Let me try and do this. Try going from here. Let's try starting from there.
Move. That had more power.
Ready?
Starting to go, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Round 5,342. Fire in the hole. Oh, nothing. She's cranking though. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna try and prime that thing up on the primer pump. See if we can get some diesel to it. I haven't checked that yet. Once we do that, then I guess we'll move on to a little bit of ether and see if it maybe takes a little bit to get it fired up. air pressure or not. I don't hear anything pissing out. Zero air pressure. Yeah, no air pressure. Let's see if it fires back up. Oh yeah, dude! C500 Kenworth fired right up. That's so awesome.
Woo! Dusty.
We're alive.
I found out why I stopped building air pressure.
Why?
Well, there's like a big 3/4 hose down here. See this hose right here? Just spitting the air right out of it. Probably needs to be hooked up to this or back to the tank somewhere.
What's going on?
The like main air feed is unhooked.
Need to hook it back up and we'll have brakes?
Probably.
Let's give it a shot. We'll set her down here and we'll give it a shot. Pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh look, there's a filter for our air dryer.
I don't know. Is it? Is that a breather?
No, that's a filter for the air dryer. It's like rusted to the freaking... Or is it pinched? There it is. There's the filter for the air dryer.
We're just missing the air dryer.
Yep. And that'll be on the parts truck. Way over there. All right, so we have a C500 parts truck here. Little crispy, but it should have the pieces we need to put the other truck back together. Let me show you what's missing here. So the truck over there is a little bit different configuration, but we're missing, there's a little air dryer right there that's totally missing, and we're missing that air tank right there. So I think what we're gonna do is me and Robert are gonna start unhooking that air dryer and unhooking that air tank and seeing if we can kind of cobble that one back together good enough till we can drive it around, because right now with no air pressure, all the brakes are locked up. So on a big rig truck, if you have no air pressure, it applies the brakes and it takes air pressure to release them. So right now we're kind of dead in the water. We need to kind of drag it whatever we're gonna do with it. So the best option that I see in my eyes is, let's make this a 2-part video, and me and Robert are gonna start robbing parts off of the parts Kenworth and putting them on the Kenworth that runs now, which is freaking awesome. I can't believe that thing fired right up and started running. It was definitely been sitting for a long time. Took a little bit of ether, but it sounds great now. So we're gonna keep charging the batteries, and off camera, me and Robert are going to rob some parts and hopefully get that other Kenworth ready to rock and roll. But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap the video up right here. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you thought it was interesting, give it a thumbs up. If you got any questions, or if you saw something I did wrong, throw it down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.